بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. متى وصل الحسين? When did Hussein arrive? Yes, does anyone remember? وصل يصل, to reach. وصل الحسين أمسي. Hussein arrived yesterday. As we can see here, wasala is the verb fail, al-Husainu is fa'il, and amsi is maf'ul fihi, which is dharf or adverb. So it's basically in the place of maf'ul bihi, the receiver of the action, but we will say that this is maf'ul fihi because this is dharf, and dharf is called adverb, or we call it maf'ul fihi. كم يوما بقي علي في مكة? How many days did Ali live in Mecca?
For 3 days, Ustad.
For 3 days?
Plus.
Okay, excellent. So
ثلاثة أيام.
بقي علي في مكة 3 أيام. Ali stayed in Mecca for 3 days. Okay, excellent. Then we have لما لا يريد الزبير أن يجلس تحت المروحة. أن يجلس تحت المروحة. Why doesn't Zubair want to sit under the fan? Because it hurts him, right? لأن ذلك يضره. Because that hurts him. ذلك يضره, يعني sitting under the fan hurts him. He might have flu or something like that, so that's why he didn't want to sit under the fan. So now we can see here, as we know that this lesson is about dharf. So tahta is here used as dharf, and it is also used as special mudaf. That's why mirwaha has kasra, it is mudaf ilayh. أين سافر المدرس في عطلة الصيف? Where did the teacher travel to during the summer vacation?
سافر المدرس في عطلة الصيف في فلبين.
إلى الفلبين. Yes, إلى الفلبين. Excellent. سافر comes with the preposition of إلى. سافر المدرس في عطلة الصيف إلى الفلبين. The teacher traveled during the summer vacation to the Philippines. And as we can see here that Al-Philippine has al with that. There are just like few countries that have al with them, like As-Sin and Al-Yaban, so Al-Philippine, Al-Hind. There are very few countries, and the Arabs, they used al with them, and we have to use al with them. Normally, we know that with the names of the cities or the countries, we don't use al, like Pakistan or any other country. Normally, America or any other country, Albania, we don't use al because we know that they are ismun alam, they are proper names, and we don't need to use al with them. But there are just few, as we said, as we discussed now, that the Arabs use al with them, and that's why we will also use al with them.
For this, there is no special rule. Any special rule is
there is no specific reason. Exactly, that's right. Yes. كم لبث في كوالالمبور? And how long did he stay in Kuala Lumpur? كم لبث? Yes. Does anyone remember?
يوما أو بعد يوم.
Excellent. أحسنتي. لبث ثمة يوما أو بعد يوم. He stayed there. As we know that ثمة أو ثمة, it means هناك, there. يوما, a day, أو بعد يوم, or a part of the day. All right. Now we have some information about al-maf'ul fihi. Al-maf'ul fihi, as we discussed, that it is also called as dharf. Wasaltu yawma thalathai, I reached on Tuesday. Huna yawma maf'ulun fihi. Here, yawma is مفعول فيه or ظرف. المفعول فيه اسم منصوب. As we know that المفعول فيه is a نصب or منصوب noun يذكر لبيان زمان الفعل, and it is mentioned to talk about the time of the verb أو مكانه or its place. ويسمى أيضا, and it is also called ظرفا, ظرف يعني adverb. نحو, for example, خرجت ليلا, I went out at night. سأسافر غدا إن شاء الله, I will travel tomorrow if Allah wills. نمت بعد نومك, I slept after you slept or after you're sleeping. So now we can see here that ليلا وغدا وبعد they are called al-maf'ul fihi, or they are also called dharf. What kind of dharf are these or dhuruf are these? Are they derived or are they solid? Are they jamid or are they mushtaq? Does anyone remember? If you remember, we discussed in the beginning of lesson number 4 that there are two types of nouns. Basically, dharf is a noun. So there are two types of nouns. One is the original noun or solid noun, and the other one is the derived noun. So we have discussed about two types of dharf. Number one, if you remember, like on the pattern of mal'abun, wa matbakhun, wa masjidun, wa mashrikun, wa maghribun. So they are called derived. They are called mushtaqun because they are derived from the verb. But these are called jamidun, yani solid. They are not derived from any noun or they are not derived from any verb. So we call them the real dharf, or we call them ismun jamidun. Mashaytu milan, I walked a mile. Jalastu inda al-mudiri, I sat with the manager. Wa nimtu tahta shajaratin, I slept under a tree. So laylan, ghadan, ba'da, they are dharfu zamanin, they are adverb of time. And milan wa inda wa tahta, they are dharfu makanin, they are adverb of place, time and place. All right, also we know that ba'da and inda and tahta, they are used as mudaf. They are used as mudaf or they are used as special mudaf. That's why we can see that after them, the noun is majroor. It has kasra. So here also mudiri has kasra, and similarly shajaratin has kasratain. Why is that? Because ba'da, wa inda, wa tahta, they are also used as special mudaf. The meaning is they will give the meaning of the dharf, but they also function as mudaf. So the noun that follows them will be always majroor. بعض الظروف مبنية منها, some adverbs are indeclinable, such as, so it will be مبنية. بعض الظروف, some of the adverbs. So we will say that بعض الظروف is مبتدا and مبنية is khabar and منها is jar majroor. That's why we have are over here. So some adverbs are indeclinable. So if you remember that we have discussed that when we put is rm, so whatever comes before is rm in Arabic, in this way when we talk about the Arabic, so the first part will be mubtada and the second part will be khabar. And we know that mubtada and khabar are equal in number and gender. So we know that al-dhuruf is the plural of dharfun. So this is singular feminine. That's why khabar is mabniyatun, which is also singular feminine. Mata, where? Taqulu, you say. Mata kharajta, when did you leave? Huna mata dharfu zamanin. So here mata is adverb of time. Mabniyun ala sakuni, and it is mabniyun ala sakun. Fi mahalli nasbin, and it is in the place of nasb. So whenever we talk about dharf, we will say that this is fi mahalli nasbin, because it is in the place where it is receiving the action. So instead of saying that this is maf'ul bihi, we will say that this is maf'ulun fihi, and it is in the place of nasb. It is not nasb, it is in the place of object. Aina, when? Taqulu aina tadrusu, you say, where do you study? Huna aina dharfan makanin, here aina is adverb of place. Mabniyun ala al-fathi, and it is mabni on fath. Fi mahalli nasbin, and it is in the place of the nasb. Now we can see that even though they have been used in the beginning of the sentence, but they are in the place of maf'ulun bihi. Why? Because they come in the beginning of the sentence, because they are the nouns that are used to ask questions. We call them asma'ul istifham, nouns of asking question. Amsi taqulu, okay, mata wa aina. Are they common nouns or proper nouns? Ma'rifatun aw nakiratun, definite or indefinite?
Indefinite.
Indefinite. And why is that? All asma'ul istifham are indefinite. Excellent. It's the previous, based on the previous lesson, we have discussed that all asma'ul istifham, like mata, wa aina, wa kaifa, wa kam, all of them, they are indefinite nouns. They are nakira. Excellent. Amsi, taqulu lam aghib amsi. You say I wasn't absent yesterday. So huna amsi dharfu zamanin. Amsi is adverb of time. Mabniyun ala al-kasri, and it is mabniyun ala al-kasri. Fi mahalli nasbin, it is in the place of nasb. So basically what we need to know that all of them, all of these adverbs or dhuruf, they are mabniyun. So this is mabniyun ala al-sakun, this is mabniyun ala al-fatha, and this is mabniyun ala al-kasra. And then we have qattu, which is mabniyun ala al-dhamma. As we can see here, taqulu lam adhuq hadhihi al-fakihata qattu. I never tasted this fruit. Huna qattu dharfu zamanin. Here qattu is adverb of time. Mabniyun ala dhammi, and it is mabniyun or fixed on dhamma. Fi mahalli nasbin, and it is in the place of the object. As we know that all mafa'il, like al-mafa'ilu, al-khamsatu, all of the adverbs or all of these objects, they are in the place of object. All of them are mansub. Huna, here, taqulu ijlis huna, you say sit here. Huna dharfu makanin. So huna is adverb of place. Mabniyun ala sakuni fi mahalli nasbin, and it is mabniyun ala sakun, and it is also in the place of object. Al-ana, taqulu al-ana jeta. You say, did you come now? Al-ana. So it was basically al-ana, and we know that when we have hamza that has fatha, or when hamza is mutaharrika, or it has fatha, and the second one that is after that is sakina, then it changes into al-mad, it becomes so al-ana jeta, did you come now? Huna al-ana dharfun zamanin. Here al-an is, it means now, is adverb of time. Mabniyun ala al-fathi fi mahalli nasbin, and it is also mabniyun ala al-fath, and it is in the place of nasb. Haythu, taqulu ijlis haythu shi'ta. You say sit wherever you want to sit. Huna haythu dharfu makanin. So haythu is adverb of place. Mabniyun ala dhammi fi mahalli nasbin, and it is mabniyun ala dhammi, as we can see here, and it is always in the place of maf'ul fihi, or it is always in the place of object. Hunaka asma'un tanubu an al-dharfi minha. There are nouns that deputize or that function on behalf, or that act on behalf of adverbs, such as, so they basically act on behalf of the adverb. They function as adverb, or they function as the deputy of the adverb. Do you remember the word na'ibun? Na'ibul fa'il, do you remember that? Na'ibul fa'il means the deputy of the doer. In the passive, if you remember, yeah, in the active, like active verb, we say that, for example, we say dhahaba Bilalun, so Bilal went, so Bilalun is active. But when we talk about, of course, dhahaba cannot be used in passive because it is lazim. So if we say like futiha al-babu, the door was opened, so we will say that al-babu is basically a na'ibul fa'il. It is in the place of the fa'il, or it's the one that is doing the job of the fa'il. Similarly, here we will say that this is na'ibu dharfi. Na'ibu dharfi, that means it is doing the job of the dharf. They are not dharf by themselves, but they do of the job of the dharf. Hunaka asma'un tanubu. Naba yanubu niyabatan. Naba yanubu niyabatan means to function on behalf of someone, or to do or to deputize on behalf of some person. Al-madafu ila dharfi. So مما دل على كلية الزمان, مما دل على كلية الزمان, which indicates the totality of time, أو المكان, or place. So which indicates the totality of time and place, أو جزئيتهما, or its part. So نحو, so whether it functions completely on the part of the noun or partially on the part of the noun. So as we can see here, سافرنا كل النهار, we traveled throughout the day or the whole day. انتظرتك ربع ساعة, I waited for you for 15 minutes. مشيت نصف كيلومتر, I walked for half a kilometer. هنا الكلمات, here the words كل وربع ونصف نابت عن الظروف. So now they are functioning as the deputy of the ظرف. And they are functioning as the on behalf of the ظرف. So we will call them that they are also considered as ظرف because they are functioning on the part of the ظرف. صفته, similarly the صفة of the ظرف, نحو جلست طويلا, أي وقتا طويلا. So وقتا, as we know, is موصوف and طويلا is صفة. So وقتا has been dropped, as we know that sometimes the noun or the word gets dropped in Arabic language. So we say هنا طويلا صفة للظرف نابت عنه. So here basically طويلا is the adjective that has been used for وقتا. So because وقتا has been dropped, so that's why we will say that طويلا is basically now it is the deputy of the ظرف, which is جلست طويلا, sorry, which is وقتا طويلا. Similarly, we have اسم الإشارة, اسم الإشارة, demonstrative pronoun. نحو جئت هذا الأسبوع, I came this week. هنا هذا نابع عن الظرف. Here we can see that هذا is basically doing the job of the deputy of the ظرف. نابع, as we have seen here, نابع ينوب, to function on the part of someone. So we have al-mudaf ila al-dharfi, then we have sifatun, adjective, and then we have ismul ishara, and the last one is al-adadu, which is the number. نحو مكثت في بغداد أربعة أيام, I stayed in Baghdad for 4 days. سرنا 100 كيلومتر, we walked for 100 kilometers. هنا أربعة ومئة عددان نابا عن الظرف. So these are two numbers which are functioning or they are deputizing or they're doing the job of the ظرف. So المضاف إلى الظرف وصفته واسم الإشارة والعدد, they also do the job of the ظرف, or they work or they function as the deputy of the ظرف. تمارين في المفعول فيه. Now we have exercises for the adverb of time and place or the object of time and place. So basically when we say مفعول فيه, that means adverb of time and place or object of time and place because it is always used as object. استخرج, now we have to extract ما في الدرس, whatever we have in the lesson, من ظروف الزمان والمكان, the adverbs of time and place. So the answer is already here for you, as we can see here. متى وصلتم من بلادكم, so we can see here that متى is ظرف الزماني, so this is adverb of time. وصلنا قبل أسبوع, قبل, as we can see here, this is also ظرف الزمان, adverb of time. أما أنا فوصلت أمسي, as for I, so I reached yesterday. أمسي is also ظرف الزمان. So all of them indicate, or they all of them are about time. Then we have أتسمح لي أن أجلس أمامك, will you allow me to sit in front of you? So أمام is ظرف المكان. It is used for adverb of place because we know that أمام is used for the place. What is the difference between أمام and imam? With kasra, we say Imam al-Kaaba, Imam al-Haram. With kasra means the leader, the one who leads the prayer. The one who leads the prayer with kasra is called Imam, and when someone is in front of you or something is in front of you, that is called Amama with fatha. That means this is a dharf.
Proper noun, I mean this is dharf.
Common noun. Yes, both of them are basically, imamun is also common noun and dharfun is also common noun. Both of them are common nouns. Imama, basically imama, it is without tanween, as we can see here. And similarly, imam, which comes with kasra, imamun is also a common noun. Unless we associate him to a specific masjid or to a specific place, then we can say that. For example, we say imamu makkata, imam of Makkah, or imamul harami. Then we say that now because we have Makkah and haram is a proper noun, and we use imam as mudaf, so when we call this mudaf ila al-marifa, so when we use it with the proper noun, then it also becomes a proper noun. Ijlis haythu shi'ta, sit wherever you want to sit. So haythu is also used for makan. Please remember that haythu in the Quran, basically, in some places in the Quran, it is used both as zaman and makan. So it's basically used as both zaman and makan. لا أريد أن أجلس تحت المروحة. So tahta, as we can see here, under, it is also used for place, adverb of place. Afa ajlisu khalfa jamalin, khalfa also it's adverb of place. And aina safarta fi utlat as-sayfi, here aina is also used for the place. So all of them are used for the place. Alam tusafir ilayha min qablu, so min qablu is basically used for time. And lam usafir ilayha qattu, qattu means never, it is also used for the time. Then we have labithtu thammata yawman aw ba'da yawm. So yawman is used for, of course, time, and ba'da is also used for time, whereas thamma is used for place. It means hunaka. Istakhrij ma fihi min al-dhuruf al-mabniyati. Istakhrij ma fihi. He refers to what? Yes, please. Either it refers to the exercise or it refers to the lesson. To the lesson, that's right. Yeah. So we have here mata and amsi, aina, qattu, and haythu. All of them are mabniyatun. So as we know that mata is mabni ala sukun, amsi mabni ala al-kasra, aina ala al-fatha, and qattu ala al-dhamma, and haythu also mabniyun ala al-dhamma. استخرج منه كلمات نابت عن الظروف. Now we have to find out the nouns that deputize or that function as the naib of the dharf. So we have them here. بقيت هناك ثلاثة أيام. So ثلاثة is functioning as a deputy of the dharf. Similarly, أين سافرت هذه السنة? Where did you travel this year? بقيت هناك ثلاثة أيام. I stayed there for 3 days. لبثت بعض يوم. I stayed for a part of the day. And لم أمكث فيها طويلا. I didn't stay there for a long time. So this was basically وقتا طويلا, as we know that. And similarly, بعض and هذه and ثلاثة, they are doing the job of the naib of the dharf. Ayin, now we have to specify. So because we know that this is fail plus file, which is basically fail al-amr. So that's why dhurufa is mansub. That's why it has fatha. It is in the place of maf'ul bihi. So this is the direct receiver of the action. So the direct receiver of the action is called maf'ul bihi. So ayin al-dhuruf az-zamani wal-makani. So now we have to specify the adverbs of time and place. فيما يأتي, that follows. Yes, انتظر لحظة, wait for a second, let's say, or wait for a while. Yes.
Zaman.
So لحظة is it refers to ظرف زمان, to time. Excellent. All right. So جلس الزوار عند المدير نصف ساعة. So الزوار, the visitors. Yes. Okay.
Makan.
In the place.
ظرف مكان. Okay, place. And نصف ساعة.
Nisfa is not.
ظرف زمان. Excellent. For place. Perfect. كم ساعة بقي الجريح في المستشفى? How many hours did the wounded person stay in the hospital?
There كم ساعة is زمان.
Kam is ظرف زمان. Okay, excellent. Then we have قف حيث لا يراك أحد. Stop where no one sees you or no one can see you. Yes, حيث. In this lesson, we have discussed that this is used as ظرف
مكان.
مكان. Excellent. All right. And then we have أتسافر إلى الرياض هذا الشهر. Will you travel to Riyadh this month?
So in number 4, can we take it as ظرف zaman as well? Stop when no one can see you.
When and where, both. That's right. So it depends like in which context you are talking about. Yes, as we said, in the lesson it's used, or in the lesson we say that
As
it's in the
makan, so
context of
we use
makan.
different
Yes,
types of
yes, yes. But in the Quran, like حيث شئتما, and similarly in Surah Baqarah, I don't remember the verse for sure exactly, but in that verse of the Quran, it is used in both contexts. Yes, so here, what do you find over here? Number 5.
Number 5. هذا.
هذا, it's basically نائب ظرف زمان, right?
ظرف زمان.
Excellent, perfect. قبل الأذان ذهبت إلى المسجد أم بعده? So did you go to the masjid before the adhan or after the adhan?
قبل and بعد.
قبل وبعد, yes. ظرف زمان. So these are 2, yeah. ظرف زمان. So basically it was ظرفاني, and we know that the noon has been dropped because it is used as mudaf. So that's why it will be ظرف زمان. Okay, then we have صبرت طويلا. I was patient for a long time. Yes.
طويلا زمان.
طويلا ظرف زمان. So basically it is نائب. Basically it is صبرت وقتا طويلا, right? Yeah, so it's basically ظرف زمان. Excellent. نمت كل الليلة. كل الليل, in fact, yes. Because كل is also used as special مضاف. نمت كل الليلة, or نمت, or you slept for the whole night, yes. So كل is ظرف
زمان.
Excellent, that's right. Perfect. أساعتين نمت أم ثلاث ساعات? So did you sleep for 2 hours or 3 hours? ساعتين وثلاثة. Yes, both of them are
زمان.
yes ظرف زمان. All right. أين مكثت هذه المدة? Where did you stay for this period of time? أين
مكان.
Excellent. Place. هذه المدة, or هذه basically will be used for the zaman. Excellent. All right. عين. So what will be the ending of ظروف now?
ظروف.
Excellent. So you see the beauty of these books. So the Sheikh, in the first exercise, or in the first part, we will see the haraka over there, or the vowel sign, and in the second, it will be dropped so that we should be able to vowelize it by ourselves. So ayin ظروف الزمان, what will be the ending of zaman wal makan?
الزماني والمكاني.
All right. Perfect. Because ظرف or ظروف, it is used as مضاف. في الآيات الكريمة الآتية. Yes, so in the following verses of the Quran. So now we have to specify adverbs of time and place in the following verses of the Quran. وَجَاءُوا أَبَاهُمْ عِشَاءً يَبْكُونَ. Yes, Isha, all right. And it is?
Zaman.
Zaman, excellent. Referring to, do you remember referring to who?
The brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam.
Yusuf alayhi salam, excellent. All right. Why it is Abba here? Why not Abu?
جاء اسم فاعل فجاء.
Ja'u is fail plus file, yeah? Because whenever we have like it's fail plus file, so it's basically Abahum is in the place of maf'ul bihi, okay? And Isha'an is, as we know, a dharf, and Yabkuna is used here as hal. Excellent, yes. All right. وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا.
Saban.
فوق, excellent. So فوق is basically
مكان.
مكان. Okay, above you, excellent. قال ربي إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا. ليلا ونهارا, excellent. So both of them are ظرف زمان, referring to the time. وما تدري نفس ماذا تكسب غدا.
Wadan.
غدا, excellent. All right. So ظرف زمان, perfect. وقيل اليوم ننساكم كما نسيتم لقاء يومكم هذا.
اليوم
اليوم.
and then هذا.
And all right. And if you see here هذا, why it has come after مضاف مضاف إليه. We have discussed this point many
specify
times, so I hope you
ta'kid.
remember. Again, please.
To specify like ta'kid.
Al-Ta'kid, all right. But no, the real purpose is, if you remember that whenever we use mudaf mudaf ilayh, so when you want to say, when we use ism al-ishara before it, then it becomes mubtada and khabar. But when you bring ism al-ishara after that, then it means that you are pointing towards something specific. If you say hada baytukum, yes, hada kitabukum. When you say hada kitabukum, it means this is your book. But when you say kitabuka hada jadidun, then you mean to say this book of yours is new. So when you bring ism al-ishara after mudaf mudaf ilayh, then it is used to point towards something. But when it is used before mudaf mudaf ilayh, then it becomes mubtada and khabar, subject and predicate. Then the construction and the meaning will completely change. And now also for this verse, if we look at here, so that's why I have used the translation here as well. So as you can see here, and two things we need to note over here. And it will be said. Now here, waqila, qila, what kind of verb is this?
Passive.
Is it passive? Past. So past means something, it should be translated as it was said, right? Qila li, it was said to me. But here it is translated as will. So this is number
Because
one.
of yawm.
Because of?
Al-yawma, because it's talking about
Today, yeah. So yeah, the day of the day of judgment. Excellent. But what we need to know that the past tense in Arabic, as we know that, okay, how many uses do you already know of the past tense? I want to know. Number one, it is used to talk about the past tense. I can tell you this, okay? Al-Madi. Number two, it is used for dua, right? Radiyallahu anhum, right? Barakallahu fiqh, dua. Number two, also it is used to curse someone. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. Number three. Number four, it is used to talk about something which is already done, that has been done. Like tamma khalas, that it has been done. How? Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabba. So may the hands of Abi Lahab be perished, and perished is he. Yani already done, khalas. He is already perished. So also in past tense, normally in past tense, for example, in English we say consider it done. Khalas, it's done. So we say consider it done. So we use the past tense to talk about something that has been done. So it is also, now we can also see that past tense can be used to talk about the future. And for this perspective, you need to please note it down. So when you are reading the translation of the Quran, please pay special attention to that and try to figure out that in certain places, it will be used to talk about the future. We know that when we use past tense with idha, then it gives the meaning of present. Idha ja'a nasrullah, or it gives the meaning of perfect. When the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has come or arrived. So with idha qultu lak, if I say to you. So when I say idha, we know that it's used basically for shart, and it gives the meaning of the present. With idha, we use past tense. But when it is used only past tense, and it is used to give the meaning of the future, then we need to know why it is used and how it is used. And inshallah, as of now, when we focus on the translation, we will be able to figure out. And based on that, inshallah, slowly and surely, we will develop to know that when to use it for the present and when to use it for the past. That's number one. Number two, you can see here, liqa'a. So as we can see here, that liqa is also used as mudaf. Yawmikum is mudaf ilayh. And similarly, hadha, as we can see here, the meeting of this day of yours. The meeting of this day of yours. So basically, it is pointed to that specific day, that it refers to the meeting, that this meeting of this day of yours, you will come to know that you forgot us and we will forgive you. So waqil al-yawma, and it will be said to you, nansakum kama nasitum, we will forget you as you forgot us, or as you forgot liqa'a yawmikum hadha, your meeting for this day, or your meeting of the day of judgment. So of course, those people who committed shirk, or those people who were non-believers, or maybe the believers as well, who didn't do good deeds, then they will realize on that day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell them that, khalas, today you are forgotten, because you forgot to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this day. Meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what will be the greatest pleasure of the believers on the day of judgment, or in Jannah, let's say? The greatest pleasure of the believers in Jannah.
Meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Seeing.
Wujuhu yawmaidhin nadhirah. Nadhirah, yeah. So there will be some believers and some like lucky persons or people who will get the chance to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why we need to make dua all the time, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us with this beautiful, like sight in the Jannah, that we should be able to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then we have hati thalatha jumalin. Now you have to give 3 sentences. Tahwi, containing kullu wahidatin minha, each one of them, adadan, a number, naba and dharfi, which deputizes the dharf. Yes. Only 3 sentences. Thalatha jumalin. انتظرت 10 دقائق. I waited for 10 minutes. بقيت في هذا المدينة 30 عاما. I stayed in this city for 30 years. مشينا 3 كيلومترات. We walked for 3 kilometers. So here 10 و30 و3, they are basically the deputies of dharf. Again, hati, we have to provide thalatha jumalin, 3 sentences. Tahwi, that consists of and tahwi, and now you can see over here that kullu wahidatin minha isma isharatin, which consists of demonstrative pronoun, naba and dharfi, and they are the deputies of the dharf, or they act on behalf of the dharf. Why we have kullu wahidatin here? Why not kulla or kulli?
Because it's subject of tahwi.
Tahwi, excellent, perfect. So tahwi, which consists, and basically hawa, yahwi is used for the masculine, and tahwi is used for the feminine. And because it refers to all of them, so we know that the broken plural is considered as singular feminine. And the word kullam is also used as mudaf. Raja'tu min as-safari hadha al-usbu'a. So I returned from the journey this week, or from the travel this week. أدرس اللغة الفرنسية هذه السنة. I will study French language this year. أين كنت ذاك اليوم? Where were you on that day? So now here هذا وهذه وذاك, they are the naib of dharf. These small examples, as you can see over here, if you try to write by yourselves, inshallah, it will be very helpful. And it will also, writing also helps in speaking as well, because most of the times we have lots of ideas in our brain and we are not able to produce them. So either we produce them like by writing or by speaking, then inshallah it becomes easier for us to use the language. أدخل كل ظرف مما يأتي في جملة مفيدة. Now each of the following adverbs, we have to use them in suitable sentences. قبل بعد عند أمام خلف تحت فوق هنا ثم and ثمة.
ذهبت إلى السوق بعد صلاة الفجر.
Excellent.
قبل
Yeah, قبل الصلاة or بعد الصلاة.
قبل صلاة الظهر.
Okay. Okay. So ذهبت إلى المسجد قبل الأذان. I went to the masjid before the adhan. Similarly, we have خرجنا من الفصل بعد الدرس. We left the classroom after the lesson. Similarly, we have انتظرني عند المسجد. Wait for me near the masjid. لا تقف أمام الباب. Don't stay in front of the door. Or don't stand in front of the door. جلست خلف بلال. I sat behind Bilal. نمت تحت شجرة. I slept under the tree. And then we have رفع الله فوقنا سبع سماوات. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has raised 7 skies upon us. اترك حقيبتك هنا. Leave your bag here. And سافرت إلى لندن وبقيت ثم أو ثمة أياما. So I traveled to London and I stayed there for a few days. All right, so these are the sentences that I have the answer keys. If you want to use the answer key, you can download that from the internet, but I don't really recommend doing that because then you may not be able to focus. Whereas you should try to do it by yourselves. That would be, inshallah, better. I think we can stop here, and inshallah, when we come back in the next lesson, then we will start from the new idea. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. جزاك الله خير.
وإياكم.
جزاك الله خير.